So we want to talk about this Persian dude who's disgusting, who is doing an interview with this dude on the internet. And I want to let you know that Iran is not a positive. These people are not positive. No, they're not. They pretend to be positive. They're all about control. It's a delusion of existence, of pretending to be happy all the time, but they don't really know what it means to be happy. And all they do is go around and destroy other people's happiness and then say what they're doing is happy. And then it's all surrounded by how much money they have. They don't respect each other. It's not respect. They command it. That's called control and slavery. And they don't know how to have fun. They don't know how to communicate. And they're like flying around in the air like there is no ground to land on. It's almost like spinning in a circle consistently in a circle, and then you never deliver on anything, and it's like just a bunch of fucking nasty words coming out your face, and you're not a good person. But they'll tell you that they're a good person, but they're not a good person. And then you consistently have the conversation with them that you're not a good person, and they're saying, yes, I am. And you're like, you did this, and this. And that's the definition in America of a bad person. And they say, I'm a good person. And you say, well, you did this, and this. You're a bad person for doing that, Mona Vand. But I'm a good person, she said. And look at how much money I have, and look at how pretty I am. That's what she says. And then she does this, and this. Nothing to say, not funny to hang around, not positive. So what you're watching, Mona Vand is the epitome of a Persian Iranian. She is not a positive person. She acts and sounds positive. This is the key that you have to pay attention to. Smiles, pretends, and then digs at you without actually digging at you. So, like, the example would be the 4th of July event with the chef, who she's sitting at the table and she's eating the bread, and then she sits there and goes, oh, well, the bread's soggy. That's the dig. But you're right, even now, as I said it to you, you're missing that it's a dig, and that's the Persian culture. It's very complex because you're American, grounded to the earth, and you're giving all these opportunities by industry to these freaks. And they're trying to create that bougie style of living off of the Armenian fucks. Based off Bravo. To tell you that's how we're supposed to live in LA is responsible for this shit. New York, you're responsible for this shit. So they have all this money and now the opportunity through the internet to be seen by the world with no regulations and no guidelines, meaning we are being influxed with this Persian and Iranian and Middle Eastern intent to overthrow the country so that they can come here into a democracy while they pay Democrats, while they abuse Gary Vaynerchuk, and he gets paid to do these fucking interviews and shit. Oh, let's whitewash it. No, we're not whitewashing this shit. While they do weird ass repetition of things they live by, it's very strange to an American because you grew up in a democracy where you didn't have to worry about this shit. Yeah, it was all hearsay. It was all like stories told to you from a PTSD person, but you were like, didn't really understand what they were dealing with PTSD because you never went to the country. And so you were trying to live off the fact that you're American and they're American and not the actual what unspoken and unseen shit that the people over there were dealing with. While they try to overthrow our country. And none of you want to handle your shit.
There's plenty of fun things to look at, but all...
And that would be an example. There's plenty of fun things to look at in the Persian. No, there isn't. There's nothing about culture of Persia that's worth looking at. All it is money, diamonds, and gold. That's it. That's disgusting to an American. That's fucking gross. That's not the American dream. To come to America is not the American dream to open a business and make tons of money. That's the Middle Eastern dream. The American dream is to be happy in the pursuit of happiness, not to live in happiness. That's called work. Work is the pursuit of happiness.
The greatest place on earth.
The greatest place on earth is in the pursuit of happiness, not sitting in joy. Joy is the pedestal of which Kamala Harris put herself on, and where she surely is falling from as what we're currently seeing.
One Russian track that you like.
So that example of this laughter that he just gave is disgusting.
There's a Russian song called Atlantic City. Padavai. Basically, it translates to Atlantic City. I'm sure everybody understood that part.
Reminding you that Gary Vaynerchuk is Russian.
And the hook is like, keep pouring the alcohol and keep betting. Keep pouring the alcohol and keep betting. So that was in the Russian.
I want you to hear this
like
yellow striped weird dude
So
who doesn't live in reality,
Sister Rosa, I think, is
doesn't want to live in America. He wants to be Persian in America and distort reality for Americans so that he can get paid. See, when you come to America, you take the good with the bad. Gary Vee knows what the good with the bad is because he literally slept in a house in the summer with no fucking air conditioning in the middle of a city with no trees and plants. Ew! With a bunch of smelly ass Russians farting, burping, eating sauerkraut in the middle of summer with bad attitudes that came from Belarus. That's actually an immigrant, a migrant. Not some bougie bitch coming off an airplane in first class where she's wearing a fancy outfit where she's posing for an Instagram photo.
Yes, but I could be wrong on that. Somebody correct me on the internet.
We'll find it.
We'll find it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Third one.
I was, as we were talking about the last couple of things, I was like, where am I going to go with this? You know, I'm going to go with an interesting one on the third one. It's
just answer it.
Ish. Probably, and I brought this up many times, some of my homies that are behind the camera right now are going to be like, I am infatuated with the last scene of 8 Mile.
Oh, okay.
Where Eminem is in a battle rap, for anyone who's not seen it, most of you have. And he goes first, which is a very
there you go
position to win a battle.
Eminem is your example of an American dream-ish. But Eminem didn't have to be the guy who became the Rocky in the movie. See, the American dream can be you are living the American dream and then you create a version of your American dream helping the community of which you live. All the while you're still struggling. So the elitists of this country have distorted reality in their own head. Paris Hilton is your example of the not living the American dream. That's not the American dream. Kim Kardashian does not live the American dream. The Rock doesn't live the American dream. Depends on what day perspective we're looking at, but sitting in front of Taylor Biggs is not the American dream. Gary Vaynerchuk isn't living the American dream right now. The pursuit of happiness. The American dream isn't what The Rock is doing. It's being grounded into the earth on being an American in the form of democracy, being able to speak freely, not living high on a pedestal, being fearful of your existence. You're not living the American dream. You're in the pursuit of the American dream. But that's because the Middle East are here. And the Democrats are abusive. No more brand and image, folks. That's called the Antichrist.